Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Now we will insert sections on year and quarter. Click on the year column, click. There we are. Set as section this option. Here also we can use this option, our report element section, insert section. We can put this also. We want to section on here. See now, this report is divided into multiple blocks for each year. And we will also insert section on quarter. Set as section is 2014-3. But 2014-3, these are the details. But 2014 Q4, these are the details. This is the section header. And this is the section area. It is about section. Insert sections on both year and quarter. Include a sum for quantity sold for year and quarter. Sort S&D on quantity sold. First, we have to include sum for quantity sold for year and quarter. Analysis functions. Insert sum. This is visible here. Here along with. This sum is also applied in the quarter level and the year level. Let's try to do that. This is the formula sum of quantity sold. If you put this formula in this, see, I just written a formula. The same sum of quantity sold I want to display in this cell. If I write this formula here, the sum will be per quarter. If I write the same formula in this cell, the sum will be according to the year. That is the functionality of section. I just put like a quarter, it is already coming. It should not be string. It should be displayed as a quarter Q3 or Q4. You should not put those codes. That is for string. I am concatenating. If you want to add some string to some object, we have to use the plus symbol. That is the concatenation. And we are using some space. If you see double quotes and some space and double quotes and plus and then sum of quantity, If I apply, now I'll see like Q3 14,085. The same thing. What I will do is I will apply the same thing in the year cell. We will be able to see the year plus sum space plus sum of quantity. This is the formula. We are not putting anything like it should be in year or quarter in this sum of quantities. But as we are keeping that in a section header, it is taking that context as year. If you are keeping that formula in the Q3 section, it is taking that context as a quarter or 3 and it is displaying values for quarter 3 14,085. For quarter 4, if you see 1368, that is applied here. If you see here, it will change. We will get some of this for 2014. We are having only Q3, Q4 data plus 1360 data. It will be around 27, 28,000. Change will be there because it is sum of Q3 and Q4. Let's see, we will get our mark. Thou did. Sorry, we just need to expand the cell to see total. 20th century, which is sum of Q3 and Q4 total of 2014. If you see, here we are only keeping in one cell, but it is applying for all the quarter. This is a subsection. It is applying for all the subsections. And here also it is a main section. If I click on this, all the main sections will be selected. Whatever I write the formula there, it will be displayed here. That is about section subsection, the section headers. And if you want to change this formatting format, cell appearance, fill some color light blue. Font should be in white color bold. If you do it one place, it will be applicable in other places. This is the report that we can do using sections. We have created section on year and quarter. Both we have applied sections and we have added some for this quantity sold. And we just displayed that quantity sold per quarter and per year in this report. We can directly see the sum of quantities sold per year in this cell, and if you want more details like per state, the distribution is like this, we can check like that. This is about. Let's see if we have any steps missing there. Click on View Structure. Save the report as activity sections. We are always creating reports with the data. Let me show you how it will look with structure. See, it is just giving. This is the main section header. Year is an object because we applied a section on year. It is automatically coming up here. I just wanted to display some of that value for year. I used some space and I have concatenated using this. Same for the subsection quarter. This is the table. It will get repeated for each year and for each quarter. The report will get displayed. This is the structure of the report. If we keep that with the data, then you can see your quarter and its details, year quarter and its details. The total report will be of multiple pages because we have many years and quarters. This is the report related to sections. We will save the report as activity sections. Save to Enterprise. We are done with this activity. Now we will do this activity section now. Creating a complex rule. These rules are for conditional formatting. If we want to show the report, if you want to format the report based on some value, like if the sales revenue is less than 10,000, that particular row should display in a red color with a red background. That the user will immediately get to see that report and he can make a decision or he can take importance there and he can do something to fix that issue. That kind of thing is possible using a rule which is nothing but a conditional formatting. I think we have to create this report because it is depending on the activity formulas. Let's do both of them today. Creating formulas and variables. Create a new doc showing margin and quantity sold by product lines. New report. The same one. Margin and quantity sold by product lines. Margin quantity sold. Now we will just run the report. This is the line's margin and quantity sold. The next step is to add a new column to the table. We want to add one more column. Click here. Insert column on. One thing is inserted and then in the new column create a formula to display the ratio for margin and quantity sold. Ratio equal to margin by quantity sold. Let's write formula here. We can create a variable and use that as a reusable thing, or we can directly write, I just selected this column and I am writing some formula. We can write here or we can select this and write. Both things are possible. If we just click on the type in margin, the matching things will come. This is the margin that we want. Select that by quantity sold. This is the newly created formula. We can do the same thing by clicking f of x, that is a function. We can use this function. Also, this toolbar is useful for using the functions or objects directly. If you are well versed with the creation of formulas, you can directly create here or you can go here and write a formula and validate it here. Formula is correct. This is the formula that we have created. Now display ratio. If you see, here we did margin by quantity sold, but we just written a formula. But what is the name of this? Not a display. For that, what we can do is we can just click on that and we can give the name. If you are using for some formula, you have to start with equal to. If you are giving some text, you don't need to give any equal to. We can just write a text ratio. This is the ratio column. Save the formula as a variable. See, if you see, here I have selected this column and created click on. Click down this variable symbol, new variable. It automatically come up this formula. We will just name it here ratio. If you don't create this variable, it can't be reused in this report because it is only limited to this column. But if we created this as a variable, see here, until now we don't. We only have lines, margin quantity sold. But as we have created a variable, under variables folder there is a new object came up ratio. This we can use in this report. In any of the tab we can use this. We can reuse this. We have done. Like the fifth step and the sixth step is created a prompted query filter on the state. Prompted query filter means it is not the report filter. It should be prompted in the query panel on the state. Just drag the state object in the query filter here. Give the option of prompt and run query. Insert a formula in the report title cell to show the state chosen from the prompt. See here, if you see this screenshot here, they are saying like to select New York. For example, if you select New York, we are not keeping the state object in the result. The result objects, we are not using that state object. We are only using the state in the query filter prompt, and we gave the value New York and we run the query. Whatever the data is, it is for New York. But this report, we don't know, like if it is for New York or it is for total. We don't know. For that purpose, we can mention that in this report, name itself report for state New York. But we should not give New York here. Instead, we should write some formula that whenever we select Colorado or Canada, it should change. If you just give New York and if you select something else, it will not change. It will be static. Whatever the user is giving the response, we should get it here. Let's try how to do that. The first state over here. First state. Step. Of course. We have some function of user response. Where is that? This is the syntax we should use. User response of prompt string index. We should know like, first, we should know what is the string displayed here, like enter. Same string, we have to display the entire values first state. I think something that's there. I have used this formula long back. Use the responsive state. I think we should have the state object. Create a document showing the name of the report header. Save the document. Let us save this. Already we have created some formula and variable. We will save as activity formula. After doing this, there is one more activity. Open the activity formulas document. Remove query filter of the face. Select the quantity. Create a new rule and name it quantity range. Remove this. Select and remove. Add quantity sold. It is already there. Ready. Now create a new. Select the quantity sold. Create a new role and name it quantity range. Select the quantity sold analysis. Condition a new rule. Name it quantity range. The range. Define the first rule that filter object or cell equal to quantity sold operator is less than object is the quantity sold operator is less than operand is 15,000. Filter object or cell here. We have to select an object. This quantity sold operator is less than value is 15,000. So, less than operand equal to 15,000. Add a sub-rule to this definition. Define the sub-rule that quantity sold greater than or equal to operand is 15,000. May be less than or equal to. Plus, this is the sub-rule. Again, quantity sold is greater than or equal to value. Add a third sub-rule by clicking the Add button again. Quantity sold operator. Sub-rule to this rule definition. Define the sub-rule that filter object or cell is equal to 5,000 will be read. Not from here. We have to add one more rule. Quantity sold less than 5,000 is one thing. Quantities select an object. Quantities sold greater than or equal to 15,000. is one rule. And one more third rule is by clicking greater than or equal to 15,000 less than 4/5,000. Here select an object or variable that is quantity sold less than filter object greater than 45,000. $45,000 is then. We will add one more rule. Select an object or cell. Quantity sold greater than. If you see here, automatically there are some values coming. I mean colors, color coding coming. If it is less than 50,000 for this rule, the content will be displayed in red color. But if you want to change it, we can format and change. For this greater or equal to 50,000, it is by default, it is showing green color. For less than 45,000, blue color. For greater than 45,000, yellow color. But if we know like our condition and if we want to show in something in red color also, we can format. Display, we can change the colors. See here, text color can be changed, border can be changed, background can be changed. But I think we will just keep like this only for this, because we just want to show how we can format the report based on the value. Now, if you see here, all this quantity sold is in black color. But we applied new rule, quantity range, and we applied some conditions here. According to the conditions, the colors will change. Now if I click on, let's click on. See here. Greater than now. I think greater than 15 is green. Below that are red. We don't have those. Let me check. Let's check this. I think you're getting confused between a greater than 45,000 will also greater than 50,000. That's why it is appearing in green color for us. For the green color is also greater than 15,000. That's an area. What we can do is we can put in between 1,000 and 45,000. Now you can see this local came up. Now it is working as per our given rules. This is about activity lot. We say this as a letter because by seeing this red color, user immediately gets a lot kind of thing that he'll be alerted by seeing the red color. It shows like somewhere something is going wrong and we have to take action immediately. That kind of feature is there in the world. Let's save to enterprise as I want. Now we have done with all the activities of lab activity 3. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.